This is the exact for sale by owner script that I use to close over 1,000 homes. Now, when you open up this call, you have to sound curious and kind of confused. And it sounds like this. Hey, yeah, I was hoping you could help me out real quick. There's a home that I believe's for sale over on Main Street. Is that still available by chance? Do I have the right number? And of course, they're going to say, yeah, how can I help you? Because now they're leaned in, they're bought in, right? This is where you tell them you're an agent and you use what's called disarming honesty. You say, and look, my name's Austin, by the way. I am a realtor. I know that probably makes you want to, throw your phone across the room, but I was hoping to ask you just a quick question before you hang up. Is that okay? And of course, you're giving them permission. So doing that supports their autonomy and that allows them to feel like they're in control, right? So they're going to say, sure, what's your question? And then you're going to get into kind of breaking down the motivation, which is desire, ability, reason, and timeline. So the first thing you're going to do, find out their name, right? My name's Austin again. What was yours? Oh, John. John, it's nice to meet you. A lot of for sale by owners that I've spoken to, decided to go the by owner route because they really just are testing the market. They're trying to save on commission or something like that. Is that kind of why you did as well? Or is it for a totally different reason? Now you're asking an ABC question because it allows them to feel comfortable telling you why they actually did it, right? This next part, you're going to get into asking about the motivation. So instead of asking why they're selling, you're going to suggest that they don't sell. You're going to say, well, John, before I send this out to my database, I'm actually looking at the photos here online. And I mean, it's a beautiful property. Is it an option just to maybe rent this out as a plan B if it doesn't sell? And so what this does, it allows them to tell you the actual reason they have to sell by telling you why they can't keep it as a rental. Then you're going to say that makes total sense. And I'm assuming if I brought you an offer right away, I mean, you already have your next place lined up, right? Or do you still need to figure that out? That's how you're going to find out about timing. Once they've told you this, you have a little bit more of an idea about their desire, ability, reason, and timeline. Now you're going to make a recommendation. You're going to say, well, John, listen, before I let you go, can I just make a really quick recommendation? Then you're going to say, and again, I know your number one priority is obviously to net the most money possible, but let's pretend for a second that, 30 or 60 days go by and for whatever reason, you just haven't gotten the home sold. I mean, at that point, would there be any reason you wouldn't want to take a look at a backup strategy? Now, what this is doing is positioning yourself as a backup option, not the number one option. And what this is, it shows you being respectful for what they're asking and what they're doing, but it also lets you present yourself as a professional. Then when they say, no, we would definitely take a look at something at some point in the future. This is when you're going to go for the appointment now. You're going to say, okay, well, look, I don't even know that I could actually help you, but let's pretend that we actually got together like now. And when I walked you through exactly what I do for my clients, John, you genuinely felt like it made sense. And more importantly, like it would net you the money you needed now. I mean, if that was the case, is there any downside in actually taking a look at that now? Because let's face it, you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense, right? And so at this point, they're thinking, well, there's not really any downside in looking at something if that was the case. And so a lot of time you're getting the appointment at this spot. Now, the conversation isn't over because you have to get the commitment again. Then you say, okay, well, listen, it's totally up to you, but I'd be happy to, put something together for you, put it in front of you and let you decide what you do from there. When would it make sense to actually invite me over? Then you give them 2 times. So you'd say, I have today at 3 and today at 6. And at that point, they usually choose one of the 2. Then you say, perfect. In the meantime, what I'd be happy to do is I'll send you over my information, kind of like a resume, so you can put a face to the name and just see what I do differently. Would that be helpful? Of course, they're going to say, sure, what's that? You collect their email address. Now, here's where you get the commitment. You say, all right, perfect. And if I have any questions in the meantime, I will call and let you know, okay? They're gonna say sure. And you're gonna say, and last thing, and I don't think this is actually gonna happen, but you're not gonna hang up the phone on me and say, oh my goodness, what did I just do? I just agreed to meet with a realtor and then have to cancel on me last minute, right? When they say, no, we're not gonna cancel on you, that is called commitment and consistency bias. So when somebody recommits verbally, the chance of them canceling goes way, way down. Once they say that, you say, okay, great. I will see you on this date at this time. Have a great rest of your day. And that's how you get a for sale by owner appointment.